Hi everyone, and welcome to Scrap Squad Sunday. This is to say the least, well, first of all, to explain, I did, without making a video, I did Friday's weekly lift, which is normally what I do on Scrap Squad Sunday. But I have had one International Scrapbooking Day layout to do, and it's kind of more of a challenge for me than the weekly one was. So I decided to do this one on camera. This is one, first of all, it's in an A4 or 8.5 by 11 or letter size format instead of 12 by 12, and it has kind of a, just this about a 6-inch wide, it looks like, with like a strip of 3 photos, another strip of 3 photos, some pattern paper, and just very minimal embellishments. And the journaling is the main thing. And I'm going to have to look around and see if I can find or make those quote marks, because I really like the look of the beginning quotes and the ending quotes there. So I'm going to adapt this to a 12 by 12 first of all, and I'm using still this month, I'm using my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, which is based on everything I own that's by Vicki Boutin, and a couple of things that are thrown in that kind of coordinate or that happen to be in a bag of scraps along with the Vicki Boutin scraps and so forth. So I'm not making apologies for every once in a while slipping something in that isn't Vicki Boutin, but hopefully it all makes sense together. So what I've done is I've printed these 2 strips of photos, which are photos I took of things in bloom in my garden yesterday. And I even tried to use it on this one. For all of the others, I used the stage light setting under portrait mode on my iPhone, and they just came out wonderful. This daylily is almost black, and it almost doesn't show up against the black background, and it's just beautiful to me. Love this hydrangea and this little guy. I probably got a bad angle, and it actually has had some, when water hits this flower, the pink fades and it becomes white, but it's kind of an interesting look. So anyway, let me kind of show you some of the plans I've made. I'm going to, this is my journaling. It's going to sit right here. I have some kind of following the pattern. There's a set of arrows there. There's a little embellishment off to the side that looks like a hexagon with a circle in front of it, and I've got that. I've done a heart. Let me kind of show you what I did. This is a heart. Looks like there's a dimensional piece on the outside and there's some paper backing it. So what I've done is, in my Vicki Boutin thickers, there's this gigantic heart, and I've overlaid it, I've backed it with this leafy paper here from Wildflower and Honey, and I've done a leaf that way as well, and I'll show you. I just kind of put the leaf on over top of another leaf and then kind of fussy cut around it, not making any particular big deal if it kind of leaves a little bit of an edge. That's not gonna bother me. I'm likely going to have it on a black background, hoping that the black shiny surface on it contrasts enough. But anyway, so I've got those as possible embellishments, and I messed around with titles. Titles are kind of a tough thing for me to come up with sometimes. What I wanted to have. This is kind of about gardening and about how my enthusiasm, there's nothing that keeps us from going out and working in our gardens, even in a lockdown kind of mode. But let me outline this while I'm talking. But we tried to go buy some plants yesterday, and most of the time in the spring when it's heavy buying season, there's a sidewalk or curbside pickup and ordering kind of line. And so we looked for that and didn't find it. And the line, the number of people parked in the parking lot was extraordinarily, high, and it's the right season for it for sure. But I kind of thought maybe, maybe there'd be fewer because of the times. But we kind of looked, and no one was wearing a mask, or at least hardly anyone was wearing a mask. And they weren't respecting distance. They were kind of crowded, even, as they were looking at the plants outside. So we kind of decided that wasn't for us. So we turned around, and I was a little disappointed. So that kind of led to my wanting to do this page. And the point of the page is we're going to figure something out and end up playing in the dirt one way or another somehow. If I have to mail order some tomato plants and get them in late, that's going to be okay to me. So I'm going to just kind of paste things down as we go along. I'm using a black background, and I've outlined the colored pattern papers that I plan to use, just to give them a little bit of personality, if you will, on top of the black. Let me get that on there straight. Okay, and then I'm going to start building my little column of things here. I know this goes there. I've saved this. I've cut a little strip of this paper. I may end up wanting to cut one of these circles if I need another embellishment. So that allows me something there, and then this gives me another strip of kind of bright color, so maybe we'll cut some more from there. I want to put add some foam back here. Let's see, that's a little bit shorter. This should go together fairly easily. Anyway, my just to get back to the title issue, I wanted for the title to be, and I was going to spread it out into 3 different sections. I was going to say, so many beautiful reasons to get outside or to go outside, or then I came up with to play in the dirt. And I don't have the appropriate mix of alphas, let's say, in this kit to do all of that, and I don't have enough room on the page, to be honest. So, well, I put the glue on that before I needed to. And these guys get some foam as well. So, having said that, what I decided to do, I thought, love to play in the dirt. I have play in the dirt printed out on a white sheet, which will go over whatever pattern I use down at the bottom there. And we'll see what that turns out to be. I'm a little, this is so different from not only my style, but I think almost anyone's style. It's very unique, and I love it. And I suppose you're not supposed to use the word very with unique. Unique means one of a kind, and you can't be very one of a kind. You kind of have to be one of a kind or not one of a kind. So let me do this. They've got a strip. I'm going to put this up at the top, and I have some arrows that let's see, I think I like this side better. This kind of is a nod to the dark reds in there. Let me pull out some glue and kind of get the front end. Well, actually, let me get this down. Hard to know what to do first here. I noticed in the gallery there were so many really nice versions of this. And everyone kind of put their own spin on it, which was really nice. That usually happens in Scrap Squad. There's some really amazing artists who participate and play with those sketches, not to mention the team themselves. Okay, I don't mind getting the glue, having the glue showing on a lighter colored background, but I don't wish it to show on the black background. So I'm going to kind of do this and hope I'm not running my tweezers forever. So let me put a little bit lighter dot of glue on here. And I kind of want to place that so it looks like it really is following along. Okay, hopefully the little dot of glue wasn't too light. Okay, there, and I'm going to add, well, no, I'll do the butterflies last. Okay, so underneath this, I'm going to put this, actually I'm going to put this one because there will be an embellishment kind of right there. That's where the heart is going to go. I'll kind of put that there, and I've got that really nice satin paper that I've used. Okay, I thought I would like for this one to be in between the two because I really love the colors, and I want to overlay the other one with that part of the title. And we'll see where the word love is going to end up going. So let me pull out that. Oh, that's perfect. It can definitely fit right there with a bit of foam. Okay, I'm glad I thought to include that photo where the gladiolus is kind of going up at an angle. Let me pull that down a little bit. Okay, this one is ready to go on. Well, let me see if that's right. I'll put it up close. And if I use, see, it's these things are slanting up instead of being parallel to the bottom. And so I must have made a mistake. That's the problem with not measuring. Have I got this on? Maybe a bit crooked. Fortunately, that adhesive doesn't really get permanent until, that may be up a little bit much. Okay, there, I think that's straight. And then I'm gonna do this one down here. And, okay, this is the, do I want to put the word love, which is this guy, up here or down here? I think down here, and I'll kind of overlap it a bit over this way. And I'll kind of have that there, and I'll put something down in here to kind of balance that out. So let me just get this on pretty solidly. Okay, now let me go find those leaves that we did. And I thought maybe right here would be a good spot. Where's the other one? Okay, here it is. And maybe like that. Okay. And I'm just gonna put them flat because they have dimension in and of themselves. Okay. Now, I want to go over here, and I used my dies to cut this hexagon and this one smaller, and then I'm going to glue them on, and I'm actually going to give it some dimension by putting some foam in between the layers there. Ooh, that looks nice too, but I have some of that. That's the wrong side. Okay, so I thought I'd do it that way, and that works out well. I have a circle too. But do I want the circle? I do love the circle because it has birdies. Maybe the birdies could go there or here. We'll see. What else do I have? I have these half circles. There is a half circle there next to the heart. And I thought maybe this might work. Would the birds be good there? Now, there's just not enough showing. And to be honest, I don't know if there's going to be enough showing anyway. I like this sunshine. Do I maybe want that there? I think so, and then I'll put a little tiny butterfly there. The other side of the sunshine might have been a more interesting pattern. Let me do this, and then this little butterfly. Kind of sitting right there. And I'm going to do the big butterfly right here. And I will put some, and I had no, when I fussy cut the butterflies, I had no idea where on this composition that they might live, but I kind of like that. There's a half of a pair of sunglasses, maybe it could go right here under the butterfly. There we go. And I've got another butterfly that could be right here, going the opposite direction of this one. So it kind of gives it a little bit of differentiation, even though it's kind of on the same side of the page. It'll still be something of a triangle. Now, I don't think I'm going to use that half circle, even the small one up here, because it just doesn't really, I can't imagine sticking it down there to where it would actually show. So I'll save that for another day. Here. And there. Now I've got this little multicolored chipboard Enjoy. And I thought I might use it right here in this little cluster. That kind of makes it a cluster of 3. We've got our 3 there. I'm still not happy with where the birds are going, although I think that's fine. I think I'll do it. I love it. Too much not to use it. That's one of my favorite of her papers, and it was maybe one of the first papers I ever noticed and fell in love with. So I've got this geotag. Don't want to obscure that. I think I've got enough going on there, so we'll save the geotag and all these pieces of foam, and I think I'm going to call this done. It's certainly influenced by this one, and I've tried to pull elements that that kind of made sense given the colors in my photos. The black background actually kind of came from that idea. I wish I had cut these arrows out of foam and been able to prop them up on foam. What I may do, here's what I'm going to do. Sometimes when I haven't added the dimension I want, and I'd like to add some dimension, I will use glossy accents to cover the element. And I haven't used it in a little bit, so I need to kind of break through the clog there. Okay, let's see if I can get some of this out. It's beginning to come out, and if I do this, it'll have the same sheen that these kind of acrylic thickers have, or I guess that's acrylic. When I use the word acrylic, it's kind of meant to indicate a thickness and a shine, a sheen. So this will certainly have that. And it's going to change the color a little bit, and it'll highlight the variegation that's in there. I love, that's something I love about Vicki Boutin's designs, is she adds that kind of grungy variegation in her, even her pattern papers that read as solids and that can be used as solids. They have a little bit of interest in them. Okay, I think that adds a lot to it. So I'm happy with this. Thank you for watching. I had hoped the video would be a little bit shorter than this, but but it was fun kind of trying to figure out where to go next on this one. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.